thank you, thank you.
Hi, I'm Katie Schneider. I taught the 7 p.m. Level 1 class on Friday here at Swingcouver. We just did a review of a couple of basic patterns and some technique fundamentals that I will go over. So in the Level 1 on Friday, we went over the left side pass and the underarm turn and some ways to do the footwork and some fundamental principles to think about. So the first being in the left side pass, leader footwork. I had a step back on 1, a rotation on 2, to kind of open the door of that slot, looking in the direction I want her to go. I have a triple step of 3 and 4, anchoring 5 and 6. Again, step back, turn left, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And we talked about keeping it very linear. The more I stay close to that slot, the more connection I'm going to get out of that pattern. I can take my steps wider and make that a little bit more of a free space to work with, but I'm going to have a weaker connection to deal with. So those are your kind of choices when I'm leading this. So if you want kind of a tighter connection, which is better for a beginner, to step back, turn left, keep it in the slot, 5 and 6. In terms of connection, keep this elbow bent. Don't let your arm go straight. Keep your shoulders up, shoulders over hips. Never lean forward or back too far. Keep this nice and even. We want to use our back muscles to connect, not our shoulders or biceps. So I want to hang the shoulders off the sides, give a little space right here, not closed in, a little bit of room. Someone's pinching the back of that elbow and pulling my elbows back. This is kind of my range of motion, using the back muscles to do it. So again, keeping that connection here, letting it relax as she comes past. So I've got 1, 2, we're relaxed, 3 and 4. As she draws away, a little bit more connection here, keeping this bent, 5 and 6. From the follower perspective, I have 2 forward steps. Forward 1, forward 2. On 2 is where I begin to rotate because I'm watching my leader as I go by. He's now right about here, which helps me cross in front. On 3 and I've got crossing footwork, stepping back 4, 5 and 6. I've got 1, 2, turn, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Again, the closer I can keep that cross of the foot, the straighter my slot stays and the more connection I'll have with my partner. When my connection feels better, you can feel free to take that a little wider, be a little bit more creative. But again, building connection skills, try to keep straight in your slot as much as possible. Talking about the anchor, on that last count 5 and 6, as a follower, I want to put my left foot behind my right and step 2 steps slightly backwards in 3rd position. So 5 and 6. Never 5 and 6, always back, 5 and 6. Leaders are doing the same thing, but my left foot is behind the right, 5 and 6. And on that last transfer from 5 to 6, I get a slight stretch because the leaders and followers are taking that last transfer away from each other. So making careful again not to let the connection pull that arm straight. Keep it bent to the elbow because a little bit of tension on that anchor is good. Moving into the underarm turn. Followers or footwork is exactly the same, but things you want to pay attention to is that the leader is now on your right side instead of on your left side. Whereas the follower, yep. So as I pass through, he's behind me as I begin that turn, so I'm going to turn my shoulder and look for him, which helps get that turn around. What I don't want to do is head straight forward because I can't see him, because this connection goes over my head and I'll end up kind of choking myself and breaking my frame across the shoulder and spinning through at the last second. So look for your leader as soon as he leaves your view, turning over that shoulder, and that arm can come down comfortably and not choke you on the way through. Leaders, things to think about on that underarm turn. My footwork now, I'm going to step slightly back and to the left on 1, rotate in place with the right leg on 2, rotating 2, hitting about 3/4 of the way around, check step for 3 and 3 and 4, anchoring 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, staying in place as much as possible, close to the slot as much as possible. We talked a little bit about momentum for leaders. The bigger step I take on 1, the more energy I get out of the follow. The smaller step I take, the less energy I get out of her. Followers, the slower and more cautious steps that you take don't have enough momentum to really carry through a pattern. And so if you're taking small, hesitant steps, you're more likely to get pulled around by your leader because he thinks he needs to move you more. So the more energy I can put into my 1 and 2, the more I can sail through a pattern without needing to be pulled. Does that make sense? It's a little bit safer approach for you. So those are the majority of the topics that we covered in our level 1 class at Swingcouver. My name again is Katie Schneider. I'm out of Seattle. You can get a hold of me via Facebook or email. My email is